Didier at DDA Mortgage. Everything you need to know about condos. Let's talk about a limited review. That's where you don't have to provide the budget, the bylaws, the declaration. How much do you have to put down? Well, if you're buying a condo on a primary residence, 25% down is a limited review. A second home or investment property is 30% down. What does that mean? Well, they're only going to make a phone call to check that there's no litigation. So what happens if you put less down? Well, that's a good issue. That's a good point. If you put less down, we're going to look at several things. The first thing we're going to look is the budget. Always remember, before you start spending money on appraisals and home inspections, you want to look at the budget to make sure that there's a reserve requirement of 10%. If you can't read it, send it to me for review. But you have to have 10% reserves, otherwise you're shot. We have a condo that's closing this month, and it's up in northern Florida, and so the management company really doesn't keep track on the condo form of how many owner-occupied second homes. They're just never bothered. What do you mean you never bothered? You're an association. Had to go to limit review. So you got to make sure of those things. You got to ask, hey, do you keep track of second homes, condos, and what's investment? You need to know that. And if not, it's going to go to limited review. If you don't have the budget bylaws, put the money down for that. Hey, let's talk about other things. So on conventional financing, you can put 5% down. Remember we talked in the last video about the 3% kind of going away. Really don't want to do it. But a condo's 5% down, full review for Fannie Freddie. Now let's talk about FHA. Well, don't forget on FHA, it's either approved or not. But now they're doing these spot approvals. We haven't done the spot approvals for over 10 years. So I'm kind of afraid to do my first one. So let's see what people say. I heard it's pretty long, extensive, and hard to get. A spot approval is where they spot approval the one condo in the project. How about VA? VA condos. I've mentioned this in prior videos that on a video of VA, you got to remember, if it's not on the list, you might well check out with VA themselves. A lot of times they don't update it. I had a client, it wasn't on the list. Guess what they did? They called up the VA office. It was approved and we closed VA. Hey, just things you need to know about VA loans. Didier at DDA Mortgage.